Hi, I'm Hummy, and we are going to move on to the next tutorial on creating blogs with blogger.com. This tutorial is going to focus on headings, our headers. And here's the blog that I created as in the last tutorial. And before we move forward, I want to review my blog as it is right now. I want to share with you the importance of size on your headers. You must remember that first impressions are vital, and so when somebody visits your blog, the first things they see are going to be the prime spots on your blog. I even have this Internet Explorer box a little bit smaller. So normally I would see a lot more than this. But you can see the first things you see on mine when I come up are the header, which has my logo on it, and the subscription boxes. Often you want those subscription boxes to subscribe to your RSS at the top. That's one of the things that they say is most important to put near the top of your page. You know, the default templates, a lot of them will have your profile there, an introduction of who you are. That's great. I want people to subscribe so that I can get them to keep coming back. So I put the description of who I am a little bit lower on the page. I do run a little bit of a risk here, putting my Twitter updates right here at the top. And that's a choice. People who don't utilize Twitter as much as I do might not want that up there at the top. They might want that over in the sidebar. But when people are searching my blog and coming upon it, and I've got great links and good, well, right now I just have stuff about what I was doing last night. But if I have some great links and things like that, especially links back to my own forum or other places, that is going to meet you to be prime. Plus, I want to get people, because I use Twitter a lot, I want to get people to follow me on Twitter. So it's all compromise in weighing the scales and deciding what things you feel that you want the people to most see on your blog. The things you want them to most see that are most important need to go to the top. Now, I see some people who, you know, I come to this page and their header is a whole great big square and it takes up the whole thing, and I don't see anything but graphic. It might have a logo that's screaming at me, and that's all I get. So I recommend that you keep your headers thin, and you will notice that on the majority of the websites out there that they are. I want you to go out there and start paying attention to the other websites to see when you first see it how much you see on their pages and what things they feel are vital, especially the more professional pages. You know, go to your cbs.com and things like that, and start paying attention to that, and that's going to help you make your blog a little bit better. Now, I have how many readers at the top of my blog. Well, of course, when I only had 20 readers, I kind of had that at the very bottom of my page. But now that I have more readers, that's a subliminal message saying, hey, everybody thinks that this is a good blog, I'm going to subscribe to it too. So it's going to be different for different people, what you have. And please remember, I have a lot of my toolbars turned off, and so you can see more. So the more toolbars people have, the less they're going to see too. So that area is really, really kind of small. So let's go back. Here is my test blog. I'm going to go out to the Customize, and let's hit here on Edit. And if we use what is there by default, you can do that. We're gonna go through and do that. you can note down here that whatever size image you upload, it's going to be shrunk down to 718 pixels wide. Why is that? Well, the smallest screen size resolution I think is about 770 pixels wide, 780. I think it might be 780 pixels wide, and so they have chosen a size that's great to fit all screen resolution sizes, so that if you get it much wider, if you put up a header that is 900 pixels wide, well, those people with the smaller screens, it may look great on your widescreen laptop, but those people with the smaller screens, they're going to have to be scrolling all over at the horizontal scroll bar just to navigate your site. And you want your blogs to work the best for as many people as possible. And so remember that 718 pixels wide, and I'm going to open up Photoshop Elements. I have here a header that I have already made, and I want you to note that I left the border around it white because I want this to move smoothly with the background, and I'm going to leave my background white. After you make your header, well, let's look at the size. If I go into Resize Image, I have this one is smaller than that 718 pixels. This one is 729 pixels, height 161 pixels. Do make them in 300 ppi. We want high quality images. What we're going to do then is reduce it. They say that 72 pixels is what images on the internet all they need to be, because you can't see the quality that's better at 300 pixels. But I have played with this for a long time, and when I create my original image in 72, I see that the quality is a lot lower. But from all the things that I've tested doing, what I have found best is to use the file, and I tell people all this all the time, save for web, and I'm going to show you why. Here is, let's scoot this over so you can see it a little bit. Here is the before and the after. And note, I haven't changed any of the settings over here. Actually, let's move it up to 60. Because this 50 was what I was playing with on the last image when I was playing. Okay, so I haven't changed any settings over here. Since mine is below 718, I'm not going to reduce it, but if you've made yours, that's fine. If you want to make yours larger and then reduce the sizes over here to 718, that's fine. But notice when I haven't changed anything, the original size down here is 207K. The output that's going to come out is only 13.21K, and it's only going to take 6 seconds to download. So not even changing the size over here, just using Save for Web, I'm going to be able to create a smaller image. You have to get as small as image as you can, because you have to remember, especially for dial-up users, that every image and thing that you have on your blog is going to take that much longer to download. And so since they're going to be, your header's going to be the first thing downloading, you don't want them to be stuck looking at your header slowly coming in. You might have experienced this on some pages. So let's keep the images small to keep their experience nice. If I wanted to make this, of course, 6 seconds is fine. Anything under 20K is going to be fine. But if I wanted to make this smaller, I could just move this slider down, and there it is, even smaller at 4 seconds, and you can compare. These images are not much different. There's not much loss of quality, so I could save it at that. But I already have one saved in this folder here. It's right here, and so I'm going to go to my back to my blog, and I'm going to browse, and I have the banner thing right here, and I think it's just this test banner. Open it up. It's shrinking it. There it is. I want it instead of the title and description, instead of behind it. I'll click Save. Let's go view our blog, and there it is. And because I made that with that white around the edge, I also have it looks seamlessly. I was trying to say that earlier rather than smoothly. Seamlessly, works seamlessly with the blog. It makes it look like it's part of it. But I hate this stupid border thing that their templates put up by default. So let's go get rid of that. I'm going to click on Customize, Edit HTML, and now you know, I'm not making much changes here, so I'm not going to worry about backing this up. But if you want, you can download the full template as it is now, so you can restore it later. But to tell you what I prefer to do is click on Expand Templates so that you have all of the template, and highlight everything, copy it, and put it in a Word note. And put it on your desktop and save it. Because you can always come back in here and just copy and paste that again into your template and go back to what you had before. Okay, so down here is border color, and the color for white is FF, and I believe it is, if my memory's right. I'm going to save it, go back out there, and I just made my border white so it matches my background, and that border's still there and people just can't see it. So already my blog is looking a lot nicer. But what if I wanted to go beyond that 718? What if I wanted to do something a little more special, like mine has the links? Let's go look at what you have to do to create that. It's not that much harder. So here in Photoshop Elements, I've created another one. It's got fall leaves because it's fall here in Missouri right now while I'm recording this. Note, I've got my logo on there again. And image, resize, image size. I've got this one at 750 pixels wide. So if I were to upload this now, where in the manner we just did, it's going to be reduced to 718. I want it to be 750 because I know I can get away with 750. I've got 260 pixels high. I think that might be a little wide. If you could make it smaller, that would be even better. And so once again, save for web. And once again, we have here the before and after automatically 762K down to 19K. Huge difference. Very important. It's only taking 8 seconds to download. Well, that's because I changed this to that 50 quality. When I had it up here at 60 quality, it was over 25K, and I thought that was just a little too big. I want to get it as small as possible without losing the quality. So actually what I had done was move this slider, and see, I can move it way down, get it down to 4 seconds, but I thought my text was a little blurry, and you can see some pixels right here and right here, you know, mostly right here. It along this edge, see how it's gotten pixelated? Not good. You want high quality images. So I just kept moving that slider till I found a good compromise where it was as low as possible, but I didn't have all those pixels in there. And for this one particular one, I had found around 50 was good, and so it makes it 20K 8 seconds, which is good, and I had saved that. Now to save time, I've gone ahead and uploaded this. Let's see, let's go back to my photos. And you see here is the test blog that we started yesterday. These are all my other blogs. But you'll remember that we uploaded that image yesterday and then deleted it, and in the last tutorial, and so it's still here. I could delete it from here if I wanted. Here is the image we just uploaded. It's appeared. It wasn't here before, but I manually uploaded this one, which is the header we just created, and you can see it's 750 by 260 pixels at 19 KB. Now I've uploaded this to Picasa Web, as we talked about, in the last tutorial. A lot of people use PhotoBucket. I don't know why they use PhotoBucket, because I go to blogs all the time that use PhotoBucket, and they have this image up there out of bandwidth, and then you can't see your header, and of course people come to your blog and the first thing they see is out of bandwidth. Picasa doesn't do that to you. Google doesn't do that to you, and you're using what they've provided to go with your blog already. So uploading it here is great, because it's free and already provided to work with your blog. And so I'm going to click on link to this photo, and you can see this. We have this link and the embed image link. But before we do that, we got to do something special to our blog. Let's go in here. We're going to put this up here in the header as an HTML. So I'm going to click on Add Gadget. I'm going to choose HTML. And right now I'm just going to type something random in there. Okay, and save it just to show you. Now I want this HTML to be up at the top of my blog. It won't go. That's because Blogger doesn't want the non-techie people who can't figure all this out to be able to mess up their blog and make it harder. But we're going to fix that. Go to Edit HTML. Remember, if you want, back up, save this to a Word document. Down here, I've clicked Control F, and I've already started typing in what I need. If you start typing in header, and then make sure you click out here in the template. You don't want to be out here on this page. And then begin typing dash wrapper. You see it's found the first one, but it isn't the first one we need. I'm going to go to the next one. I think this is it, where it says div ID header wrapper. This is saying I'm allowed a maximum of one widget, and my dog has come into the room and made noise on my header. Well, that's why I can only put one up there. So I'm just going to increase this to something crazy, 6. And then at the top, it's not showing that you can add another element to the header portion. I want it to be able to do that, so I'm going to say yes. And then right now it's locked, where you can't take anything in or out of that section, and I'm going to change this to false. And I'm going to save my template. Then I'm going to go back to the page elements, and you can see now that we click the part where we changed it to say yes. It's added this. So if we wanted to add a gadget and add HTML now right to the header without dragging, we could do that. Or I can drag this one up there now. Previously, before I made those changes, when it said locked true, and now it says locked false, when it said true, this remove button isn't on here. Now that it says false, the remove button's there, and I can remove that. Now I just have my HTML up here. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to grab this embedded image code, because right now that's easiest to explain to non-techie people how to utilize. And I'm going to edit this HTML code and paste that in there. Well, Picasa adds all this other stuff on there I don't need. So it creates it in a table. So I want to find the code for just the image, and it starts right here with a H reference and the link. So I'm going to delete this code for the template, and find the ending code. Where it starts with A, it's going to end with a /A. And I'm going to delete everything after that. There's just a simple code to that image, and I'm going to hit save. Let's go view our blog. Oh, cancel. Let's save the changes here also. Go view our blog. Oh, I goofed. That's what happens. I got a thumbnail size here. Let's go original size, and let's go back and make these same changes. You could use the link if you know HTML code and just put that link in there with an HTML code, and that would probably even work better than what I'm doing here, but I'm making it easy for you. Let's refresh, and there it is. There's my header. But in this case, I have used this green background, and well, my header is not working seamlessly. So let's go fix that real quick. I have now my image back in Photoshop Elements. I'm going to get my eyedropper, select that color, open up the color picker, and here's the code for it. So I'm going to highlight it, Control C to copy it. And let's go back to our blog, customize, and I'm going to edit that HTML again. This time, here's my background color. And remember the FFFFF is white, so I'm going to replace that with the code I just copied, Control V, and I am going to also change that border color to match, because if I would go now, I'm going to see that border in white on that green background. Control F, save template. We go back out to the blog, and there it is working seamlessly. Of course, now you can't see my headers and things, so I would have to go back in to the fonts and colors and find some fonts and colors that where is the title one? Blog title color, probably white would work better. And I'm not going to take time to play with this right now. Let's see. Text color is black. I said I wasn't going to take the time to play with it, but here I am. But anyway, this is where you would go in here and change the colors until you get them. I'm not sure what's not working right. See, I'm one that has to go and figure out what it is that's wrong. See, there's your border color's been changed. Side title color. There, I got some white in there. Anyway, let's hit save. Figure this out later. But you can see there, beginning, this gray is not very readable. I'd have to change that again. Beginning to be able to see things. And so I hope you've learned a lot from this tutorial. And if you have any questions, certainly ask. This is basics. This is the easiest way to make your blog look nice.